Hello and welcome to a new Let's Play. Buck Rogers and the 25th Century. So, as you can see, we are going back to the old school and set up the screen for you a little differently. As you notice on the right hand side, you see something called log entries. So that was something that was big in what's called the Gold Box series of games, which essentially was a series of games made by TSR Computer Games that used the Gold Box engine. And one of the big things that they came up with is the log entries, because this was back when everything was on discs and space was at a premium, including text. So what they would do is offload a lot of text into the manual. And what it would do is it would just tell you, hey, read log entry, whatever, and that's what's going on. Not all log entries are accurate, just so that you don't just read through the manual and find out what's going on. And yes, this game is it's a noisy game, but, yeah, I grew up with a lot of Gold Box games as a kid, and this is definitely something I really want to get into. Our teammate has died, but he's bandaged up. It goes astray. Any victory of yours is a victory for Neo and all of Earth. Your battles will not be limited to Earth. You will travel through deep space, from Mercury to the distant asteroids. Yep, so this game, amidst all the dangers, lie the occasional oasis of safety. Yay! Always remember that you do not strive alone. Many people who are there to aid you on your way. Even a legend from the past will lend a hand. Aha! Never forget the shining jewel which you battle to protect. Which you battle protect. There we go. But yeah, Buck Rogers in the 35th Century. Countdown to Doomsday. That's a heck of a title for a first game. And we start with the credits. So let's play. And I'm just going to show off character creation. So let's create a new character. And we've got various races or species to go. So Terran, these are humans from Earth or possibly from the moon. But definitely Earth-like people. They are your most generic person. Martians, humans from Mars. They have, let's see here. See if I can look up character. Yes, so Terrans, they get +1 Constitution and +1 Wisdom. Martians get -1 Strength, +1 Dexterity, -1 Constitution, -1 Wisdom, and +1 Charisma, which is a net -1. Venusians get -1 dex, +1 constitution, +1 wisdom, and -1 charisma. You would think Venusians would get a plus to charisma and Martians would get a negative to charisma, but I don't know. Mercurians, they get -1 strength, +1 dexterity, and +1 constitution. Tinkers, these are robots. They get -2 strength, +3 dexterity, -2 constitution, and +3 technical skills. And finally, Desert Runner. These are genetically engineered animal people who mostly hang around Mars. And they get a +2 strength, +2 dexterity, +1 constitution, and -1 charisma. They also have Tinkers and Desert Runner have some restrictions as far as their classes go. So we are going to play a Terran. And pick your bits. We'll just say male at this point. Rocket jocks. These people are required to actually run your rocket ship. Don't have one? You're going to be in a bad place. You're going to be in a really, really bad place. Medics. They patch up people. Warriors, they put holes in people. Engineers, they patch up the ship. There's a lot of ship-to-ship combat. Engineers also are really good at repairing items. So they can do like diagnostics in dungeons and stuff like that. Rogues, you have rogues that are really good at doing regular thief abilities, but they're also kind of your hackers. So we'll just choose warrior for the moment. Reroll stats, yeah. And this will just tell you what people start off with. So we'll choose this. Why not? Character name, Dude. Now, warriors do get a special bonus that they can choose weapon specialization, which means that a certain weapon they are very good at. So we have sonic stunners, which, like the name suggests, do non-lethal damage. Heat gun, which is kind of like a flamethrower. Laser rifle, which is your bread and butter kind of weapon. Microwave gun. Those also kind of are like... this is like a small fireball. Rocket rifle and rocket pistols. Again, also very much bread and butter type weapons. There are certain grenades that... remove the ability for lasers to go through, and there are certain grenades that prevent rockets to go through. So it's always good to have a mix of weapons. Laser pistol, smaller version laser rifle, monosword. No, it does not give people mononucleosis. That means that the blade of the weapon has been honed down to a single molecule. So it's the lightsaber of this world. Bolt gun, which I don't think it ever really explains, but it kind of just sounds like a regular old bolt action rifle. Like, I think it's supposed to be some kind of like gauze gun, but Needle gun, which shoots needles. Desert runner crossbow, which is a crossbow. You got your regular sword. You got your regular cutlasses, because this is Buck Rogers, and of course people are running around with cutlasses. You've got the mono knife, just like the mono sword, just a little shorter, and a regular knife. So we'll say this person's really good at laser rifles. So you get a +1 at laser rifles. Then you get various career points. So you've got leadership, battle tactics, which will help people out in combat. Leadership, which allows you to rally your buddies. Notice, which allows you to see traps before you walk into them. Maneuver in 0G. This one's really important because there are a lot of places where there is no gravity. Use jetpack. Really fun, but jetpacks are not very common. Move silently, as the name suggests. Demolitions. If you find that item that you notice, demolitions is a good way for you to make it not go boom. Or sometimes you want to set up the bomb. And repair weapon, because sometimes the weapon you got gets damaged. So we'll just, put stuff in random things. Done. Now, you get a whole bunch of more stuff. So those are your career. Those are the things that you're supposed to be good at. This is everything else. So these are technical skills. Repair electrical, repair mechanical, repair nuclear engine. Need 10 points of repair medical. Just that. Repair life support. That one sounds really important. Repair rocket hull. Jury rig, which is sort of like a small healing if you're in ship-to-ship combat and you, want something to work, no matter what. Bypass security, very useful if you want to get around security. Open locks, pretty common sense. Commo operation, I think they mean like comm operation, communications. Sensor operation, very useful indeed. And first aid, incredibly useful. Next, these are intelligence skills. Mathematics, planetology, astronomy, programming, you need at least 10 points in mathematics. Library search, astronavigation, which you need astronomy and mathematics to do. That one's pretty useful too. And navigation, again, pretty useful. And disguising. Pilot rocket. This one's very useful. You get a rocket. Pilot fixed wing. Drive ground car. Pilot rotor wing. Drive jet car. I don't think you do any of that in this game. So, yeah, they just threw everything in here, but even the manual tells you a lot of these skills just don't pop up. Hide in shadows. Pickpocket. Acrobatics. Climbing. Charisma skills. Act. Intimidate. Befriend animal. Fast talk and convince. Oh, that one sounds useful. Singing. Distracting. Etiquette. Wisdom. Tracking. Shadowing. And planetary survival. So, yeah, we'll just throw a bunch of points and everything and call it done. And then you get to choose what your character looks like. You cannot dual wield in this game. It doesn't matter what little weapon your character is holding. It's just an icon. This is okay, sure. Save dude. No. We already created our party. So we've got Matilda. We've got Saldura. Matilda. Matilda Jefferson is our rocket jock. She's the captain in one of my stories. Saldura Holbach, you're probably familiar with her. Susan Labs. Thalen Rosefur. And we've got Zajac. And finally, I keep forgetting if I named her Janice or Terry. I believe it was Terry Wu. View character. So, Matilda. Let's see. Yeah. And let's just crank everything up to max because we can. I totally rolled these off screen. Oh. And Saldura is our desert runner. And a warrior. So is definitely going to run around and hit things with their weapon. Oh. Oh. I guess you can... Yeah. And we will keep Susan, a tinker, engineer. Thalen is our rogue. And is a Martian. Zajac is our engineer. I believe we've got 2 engineers and 1 medic. Because I guess I'm looking more at keeping the ship good. Okay. Just want to make sure everyone is... Yep, see? Yeah, tinkers get very little. But, alright. So we get 6 people. You got hit points, how many times you can get hit before you go down. Armor class, which is... Since this is in 1st and 2nd edition Dungeons & Dragons, lower the better. So, hey, these people aren't doing too bad. But we are going to call this one good, and let's begin adventuring. After hearing the bravery of Buck Rogers and the New Earth organization, you have decided to join Neo and fight the Ram menace that is terrorizing the system. Okay. As new recruits, Neo has brought you to the Chicago spaceport for orientation. Shortly after you arrive, you're summoned to the lecture hall. Ah, we're in Chicago. Nice. Settle into the uncomfortable chairs, itching to get this done with and be off into space. Nervous chatter dies down as the room lights fade. Hologram fills the front of the room as the voice intones. Earth, the cradle of civilization, has been badly battered during the 25th century and has become the solar system's dumping grounds. Okay, so this is very similar to the Alien world universe. But now, thanks to the thousands like you who are willing to put their lives on the line, we can start to remake this planet into the shining jewel it deserves to be. Only thousands. Uh-oh. Hologram transforms in human face. It smiles and speaks. I am Carlton Turtlebond, and I will be your commanding officer. I'm sure you are anxious to begin your tour with Neo, so I'll be brief. You'll be assigned to our secret salvation station and given salvage and patrol missions. Do not despair. Prove yourself adept at your work, and the combat missions will come all too soon. Well, I'm fine without combat. That is all. You'll be escorted to a shuttle and brought immediately to the station. You have your basic equipment. Dismissed. You are marched out. That'll be for next time. When we come back, folks, we've joined Neo. Are we the one? Have a good one.